Starting potty training too early can lead to some pretty serious problems like chronic constipation, urinary tract infections, and a fear of the toilet. And if they're not ready, you can try for months or even years with no success. So it's really important to be sure that they are ready before you get started. And there are 3 key things to look for. This first one surprises a lot of people, but if there is a significant amount of change occurring in your child's world, it is not a good time to start potty training. This even includes things that we consider small, like going on vacation, changing daycare groups, or having a new babysitter. Or it could be something big, like a new baby in the house, moving to a new home, parents separating, or the loss of a family member. And this is because toddlers feel safe and comfortable when everything is familiar, from the people they see to the things that they do. So when something changes in their world, big or small, it can make them feel really unsettled and take a step back from what they're learning, like potty training, while they try to make sense of it all. During these times of change, your toddler might become more clingy, uncertain, or show a preference for the comfort and familiarity of diapers. This is their way of seeking stability in a world that feels more unpredictable to them. So if there are any changes happening in your child's life, it's best not to add potty training to the mix. Instead, give them time to adjust to these new changes and feel secure again before you take on potty training. Now, once things are nice and stable in their life, you want to make sure that they're developmentally ready. And by that, I mean they're able to stay dry for at least 1 to 2 hours at a time. Waiting until your child can stay dry for this length of time is crucial, as it reflects 2 important developmental milestones. Firstly, their bladder has grown, meaning it can hold a larger amount of urine and only gets full every 1 to 2 hours. Children usually achieve this level of bladder capacity when they're between 2 to 3 years of age. Secondly, and even more importantly, it suggests your child is beginning to gain control over their bladder and bowel muscles. And this control is key for potty training, and it develops as your child grows. In the first year, your child won't have any control over when they wee. Their bladder automatically empties once it's full, and since it's quite small, it fills up really quickly, and this means they need to wee a lot. Between the ages of 1 and 2, your child will still have limited control over when they wee. However, during this period, they will actually start to notice what it feels like when their bladder is full and link that feeling with the need to go and wee. This is a big step for them because it means that they're starting to understand how their body works and what those feelings mean. This awareness is an early sign that they're getting ready for potty training. Then, from around 2 to 4 years of age, they'll start to gain control over their bladder and bowel muscles, as well as the sphincter and pelvic floor muscles. This is when they will begin to have control over when they wee. However, it's important to note that this level of control is still a bit limited in that they can only empty their bladder when it is completely full. And for most kids between 2 to 3 years of age, this happens every 1 to 2 hours. So if your child can stay dry for 1 to 2 hours at a time, it suggests that they're physically ready for potty training. But if they're still wetting their diaper more often than this, it might be better to wait a little longer before starting. In addition to being able to stay dry for 1 to 2 hours at a time, you also want to make sure that your toddler is doing soft form poos. If they're not, it could indicate that they are constipated. And in such cases, it's best to delay starting potty training until you've successfully addressed the constipation. And here's why. Constipation can be extremely painful. If your child experiences pain while pooping on the toilet or potty, they're going to be hesitant to try again. This hesitation to use the potty or toilet can lead to your child holding on whenever they feel the urge to wee or poop, or they might even start avoiding the potty or toilet completely. And as you can imagine, this kind of reluctancy can make the process of potty training much more challenging than it needs to be. In addition to being painful, if your toddler is constipated, it can lead to physical changes in their body that make potty training near impossible. This happens because when a child is constipated, a large amount of hard, compacted stool accumulates in their bowel, causing it to stretch. As a result of this stretching, a few things happen. Firstly, the bowel's ability to contract and move that stool through the digestive system is greatly reduced. This makes it even more difficult to pass the hard, compacted stool that is built up. The bowel also becomes less sensitive, meaning your child may not be able to feel when they actually do need to poop. Also, your child may start to soil themselves as the backed up poop sneaks around that compacted stool and appears like runny poo. And a stretched bowel can also lead to your child accidentally wetting themselves. This is because the compacted stool, which is stretching that bowel, puts pressure on the bladder, causing the bladder to either not fill up as much as it should or contract when it's not supposed to. So if you want your toddler to be successful when potty training, it's important that you do address any underlying constipation well before you start. Now, if you've decided that your toddler is ready to begin potty training, you'll naturally want to make this transition as quick and smooth as possible. So to help with that, I've created a free toilet training essentials guide where I list all the must-have products that you need before starting. And you can get your free copy by clicking the link in the description below this video. And I've also made this video where I outline 8 straightforward tips to help speed up and simplify the potty training process. These tips are designed to make the experience smoother for both you and your little one, ensuring a successful and hopefully stress-free transition from diapers to the toilet. So make sure you check it out.